Pity. I was actually talking about something, but then I forgot to record. But yeah, the gist about what I was talking or trying to share with you is about how we become prey of the past, how thinking new, living a new life, walking a new path is a challenge in life. I think a child is exuberant, living fully because everything that he experiences is new. Whereas we, as we grow, our ideas, our creation, experiences somehow attach a meaning to our life. We become so well groomed of our own thoughts, by our own deeds, and by our own creations, that we find ourselves fit and fine, unnecessary of taking a new step, because we have sort of identified ourselves with all those things, right? So we spend days, months, years and decades, spend all our life, 70 years of life, 80 years of life, and all our life a wonderful fortune given to us to live on this planet, doing the same old thing. I mean, it would be cliche to say that we are born and then we go to the school, we live with our parents till then, and then we look for something else, get a job, make a career, get married, have children. Well, all of those things could be done, I guess, and I believe strongly, in a very completely different way, in a new way, isn't it? What do I mean by new is something that keeps you alive at every moment, right? When you are given a new task, a challenging task, let's say, challenging in the sense something becomes challenge when something is new, right? When something is old, it stops becoming a challenge. So, new is something that creates a challenge. So, new is something that unsettles you. New is something that makes you rediscover who you are yourself, right? It dethrones your comfort zone, your past, and that is really missing in most of the people and most part of our life, because somehow we start attaching, like I said, attaching everything that we do, experience and so on with our own identity. And once the identity is formed, once we know who we are, sort of that ego, it is hard, extremely hard to detach oneself from oneself, because there is this another oneself which is deep within looking for something new, and there is another self or oneself which is old, which tries to protect, tries to establish, is inert and so on. it doesn't want to move. So to unseat it, the struggle is heavy. So therefore, one has to somehow put that effort in getting out of that machinery, that usual, routine, habitual kind of functioning of human behavior. I think success has been defined, success has been understood in such a way that if we are fixed with a particular identity, a particular thought process, a particular way of living, then we consider ourselves as successful, right? Therefore, we spend 70, 80 years doing one particular thing. And one particular thing also, we do it in such a way that it is monotonous, that creates, that is something which never ends, and so on. I mean, I think all of us would love to break that chain, walk the unwalked path, walk in the wild, venture the unknown, and so on. But we want to be successful, right? And success there seems to be impossible. Success there seems to be impossible because we have this idea of giving our life to one particular thing in a very routinary or machinery fashion, right? And if we keep on working like a machine, if it runs for 80 years, think about how much it's going to produce, right? I think we have to be ready to be broken, ready to be withered, ready to really be unsuccessful in that terms if we want to experience new. You see, doing the same thing doesn't mean that it's routine. If you can bring in a challenge, you can bring in that newness which keeps you on the toe, which keeps you in the line, which keeps you in the razor sharp edge, life becomes a very dynamic process. So this is what is beautiful about nature. You see, I'm just in the nature, watching the birds and so on, and it keeps you on the toe. It keeps you new, it brings newness and so on, right? So yeah, thank you so much. I'm having a wonderful time. I hope all of you are having too. See you again. I'll give you a short tour about the ashram also, the place where I grew up and where I'm working also at the moment.